There was a lot of anticipation in that courtroom this morning because just 15 minutes before the verdict, jurors were given an answer to a question they had about the lesser charge of manslaughter. When the words "not guilty" were read out, Umar Zameer began sobbing. He fell into the arms of his lawyers, while Margaret Northrup, Officer Northrup's widow, began hugging her husband's partner, who was there that night that he was killed. An emotional scene inside a Toronto courtroom Sunday as Umar Zameer learned he was found not guilty of first-degree murder and the lesser charges the jury was considering.
I never meant any of this to happen. I am sorry for what had happened, but I never meant any of this to happen to this day.
The not guilty verdict comes after a 5-week trial in which jurors had to decide whether Zameer, a 31-year-old accountant, deliberately ran down Toronto Police Constable Jeffrey Northrup in the underground parkade of Nathan Phillips Square on July 2nd, 2021.
So it's not a day for celebration, but it is a day for immense relief because it wouldn't have done any good at all to brand Mr. Zameer a criminal. He is not a criminal. This was an unfortunate, terrible situation that happened.
Northrup and his partner were investigating a stabbing that night and approached Zameer, who was leaving the parkade after celebrating Canada Day with his pregnant wife and 2-year-old son. Both Northrup and his partner were wearing plainclothes and began banging on Zameer's vehicle when he didn't stop. Zameer testified he didn't know that Northrup and his partner were police officers. He was boxed in by an unmarked police minivan, trying to escape what he thought were a band of criminals. Zameer ran over Northrup, who had been sideswiped and was on the ground, unaware he had hit anyone.
I'm very disappointed in today's outcome. From day one, all I've wanted is accountability. We miss Jeff every day. However, we continue on with him in our hearts, never to be forgotten.
The chief and the head of the police union were also in the courtroom for the verdict.
I share the feelings of our members who are hoping for a different outcome.
We will be disappointed, angry, frustrated. We cannot lose sight that we lost a hero.
Before the judge left, she looked at Mr. Zameer and said, "You're free to go. My deepest apologies for what you've been through." Catherine McDonald, Global News.